She swears she's moved on. She posts like she's happier now. She flirts with someone else. She says she's finally free. But here's the truth. Her mind won't let her forget you. Not because of your looks, not because you were perfect, but because of how you made her feel when you didn't play her games. You didn't chase. You didn't beg. You didn't crumble. You walked away calmly. And in that silence, her emotions didn't die. They echoed. Her memory didn't erase you. It burned you deeper into her psychology. Today, we're going to explore why the Stoic man becomes unforgettable. Not by force, but by presence, self-control, and detachment. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius once said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This quote isn't just about life, it's about presence. And it's this presence, calm, focused, emotionally grounded, that makes the Stoic man impossible to forget. Women don't remember the loudest guy. They don't miss the one who tried the hardest. They forget the chasers, the pleasers, and the ones who over-explain. But the man who walked away with dignity and silence remains. Why? Because Stoicism trains you to master yourself. And when you master yourself, you stand out. Not as a gimmick, not as a mystery, but as a mountain in a world full of noise. Let's break down the real reasons her mind won't let her forget you. Number 1, the illusion of moving on. People don't move on. They distract. She posts photos, parties, stories, not to show joy, but to convince herself. Why? Because your absence created an emotional vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum. So she tries to fill it, but no matter how much she posts or pretends, that feeling you left behind doesn't go away. Number 2, emotional echoes in the silence. When you went silent, she expected a reaction. She expected you to check in. She expected you to care. But when none came, the silence started echoing in her mind. She began wondering, why isn't he trying? Was I not worth it? Does he really not care? And that's when the emotional echo chamber begins. Not because you were toxic, but because you were silent when most men would have folded. Number 3, your absence created space for reflection. Stoicism teaches us the power of space. The more space you create, the more your presence is felt. You didn't suffocate her with explanations. You didn't beg to be understood. You stepped back. And in that space, the weight of who you were grew. She now remembers the way you looked at her, the calm in your voice, the way you didn't try to control her, and how, without needing her, you still made her feel safe. Number 4, the unforgettable calm you carried. A Stoic man doesn't get pulled into drama. He doesn't get provoked by emotional outbursts. He remains anchored, steady, even when tested. This calmness is rare, and because it's rare, it's unforgettable. She remembers how you stayed grounded when she pushed. She remembers how you didn't flinch when she withdrew. She remembers how she could throw fire, but you wouldn't burn, because your emotional neutrality became her anchor, and now she misses it. Number 5, you didn't play the game. You walked away. Most men try to win the game. You didn't. You refused to play. You didn't match energy. You didn't send the "I miss you" texts. You didn't fake jealousy. You simply let go, not to punish her, but because your peace was more important than her attention. This is where true power lies, when your self-worth no longer depends on her validation. Number 6, her triggers are tied to you now. Every man after you is now a comparison. His tone, his presence, his strength, all measured against the standard you set. And when they fall short, she remembers. When he reacts emotionally, she remembers your composure. When he argues to prove a point, she remembers your silence. When he chases, she remembers your indifference. Now she's trapped between missing you and resenting that she still does. Number 7, her ego fights what her heart remembers. She'll tell her friends she's over it, She'll repost quotes about healing and self-love, but her heart hasn't caught up with her ego, because deep down she knows you weren't just different, you were necessary. The calm, the clarity, the way you didn't react like most men. That isn't something she can replace, it's something she still doesn't understand. And what we don't understand, we don't forget. Number 8, her attempts to replace you keep failing. Because you didn't leave an image, you left a feeling, and feelings can't be replaced with new dates or compliments. She tries to recreate what you gave her, but can't, because most men today are reactive, needy, or performative. You weren't. You were simply present and detached. The kind of man who walked beside her, not behind her. The kind of man who led without controlling. Number 9, she remembers, but you've moved on. And here's the twist. While she battles this internal war, you've already moved forward. Not because you hate her, but because your path is about growth, not closure. You've accepted what was. You've learned what needed to be learned. And now you're focused on your mission, not her memory. So what can you learn from this? Stoicism is not about getting her back. It's about getting yourself back. It's about building a life so meaningful that her absence doesn't feel like loss. It feels like clarity. Here's what you do now. Detach emotionally from outcomes you can't control. Focus on becoming a man of deep presence and calm power. Stop explaining. Start demonstrating. Lead your life. Don't wait to be chosen. Remember, the Stoic man doesn't attract women because he tries to. He attracts them because he doesn't need to. If she still thinks about you, that's her journey. But your journey, it's far beyond proving anything to her. You didn't lose her. You found yourself. You discovered the strength in walking away with peace instead of revenge. And now, she remembers not because of what you said, but because of what you became. So carry that calm. Move in silence, and let your life speak so loudly that even your absence becomes unforgettable. This is Stoicism. This is power. This is how you gain it all by letting go. Subscribe for more Stoic wisdom to reshape your mind, elevate your relationships, and build unshakable confidence from the inside out.